Hello and welcome to Reaction Shots for the month of February. It's my birth month, and my whole life I was like, February.
February.
And now there's like some extra R in there. February. It's weird, I'm telling you. All right, so this month we have just kind of like a free-for-all, whiz-bang, whatever episode.
Potluck.
A potluck. Yeah, I like that. People are bringing us the comments,
Yeah.
and we are talking about that.
So
But
time we went to a potluck.
last time I went to a potluck,
It's probably like my grandma's church 20 years ago.
my friend Michelle had a birthday party, and that was like a bring your own food thing. So I guess that counts as a
counts.
potluck.
Hell yeah.
That was in October.
Nice.
Before we talk about what I guess this whole episode is what have you liked lately. So Huber, what have you liked lately?
I rewatched one of my all-time favorite movies, Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight.
Hell yeah.
I have not watched it
Is this the Razorblade Maze one?
No, that's the original movie.
Okay.
I love this movie so much. It's got Billy Zane, it's got William Sadler, it's got Jada Pinkett, it's got Thomas Hayden Church, CCH Pounder, like so many.
Stars are out.
Yeah. Directed by Ernest Dickerson. That's why it's incredible. He did The Wire, Walking Dead, a lot of other shows. One of the best TV directors of all time. He did Bosch recently. Love Bosch.
Bosch the newer.
But he did both. He did the main series and then the new sequel series.
Okay.
It is such a good movie. Seriously, if you have not seen Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight, watch it now or bookmark it for October. It holds up. Such a simple premise. So good. Practical effects that are freaking awesome. It's like a little bit of jank here and there, maybe, but like overall the effects and everything, so good. Check it out.
I love that.
I promise. Watch that movie, and it's quick too. It's like 90 minutes.
I love it when you say something like, I promise, watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what do you I mean, I know what you're promising.
Yeah.
But
Promise you'll like it.
yeah.
Then I rewatched Halloween Ends with a Halloween fan, and they had seen
Serious Halloween fan.
they had seen every single Halloween except Ends. I was like, all right, you should watch it just to. I mean, it's weird, but like
end it.
To end it,
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis. If anything, for Jamie Lee Curtis.
For Jamie Lee.
For Jamie Lee Curtis, 100%.
Yeah.
Now that I like going in, I like to rewatch it.
Yeah.
Going in with those expectations and knowing how weird it is,
Nicolas Cage, knowing.
I liked it more.
Really?
I did. It's not great, but I did like it more because I like where they tried to go with it. It's a better like horror movie than a Halloween movie. And it's like, dude, it's dealing with modern shit because
I haven't seen any of the new ones.
I imagine that's hard because with horror, you want to be relevant. You want to like mirror what society is doing now. And Halloween Ends, I feel like, tried to do that. Not as successfully as maybe they wanted to, but I still thought it was okay.
Love it.
And I saw Ant-Man last night. We won't spoil that.
I'm seeing Ant-Man in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
My only
we got
spoiler-
a clean hour for this, and then I got to leave to get to the movie theater.
My only spoiler, it's not a spoiler, I promise.
What are you doing to me?
I thought of StarCraft a couple times. I don't think anyone else will. I don't think anyone
Well, now
else will.
I will. You accepted me.
You'll be like, oh, okay, StarCraft.
We were joking earlier, like, I'm going to try to count how many shots I think were not on the volume, the Disney video screen wall.
Yeah.
My guess is very few. Any other ones?
That's about it. Yeah.
I watched But I'm a Cheerleader just to like do my civic duty as a gay girl.
Nice.
Loved it. It was wonderful.
Nice.
Something in the Dirt, the new Benson and Moorhead. I really appreciate it for what it is. And even at the end of the movie, they were like dedicated to making movies with your friends. Cool. So I'm like, okay, this is probably just like
Passion
a COVID movie. Well,
project.
it's just a COVID movie because it takes place in like 3 rooms and a little courtyard.
Got it.
So it's like, okay, cool. You rented this apartment for a month.
Yeah.
Shot this movie.
That's fun.
Awesome. Like, I don't know how much of it was improvised or what, but it was like definitely like I appreciated what it was and what it was going for because I have a big soft spot for micro budget sci-fi movies like
Yes.
Coherence,
Definitely.
stuff like that. So like I always want to give this kind of stuff a shot, and I really like Benson and Moorhead's other stuff. This one's probably my least favorite of theirs that I've seen,
Ouch.
but it wasn't bad, and I appreciate what it was. And it seems like I don't know. It kind of lit a fire in me though. It inspired me again because I'm like I've been really itching to just like make movies again, and it was a very much just like. Just go shoot it.
Yeah.
Just go shoot the thing.
Just
do it.
do the damn thing. I
And like,
love that.
I love that.
That
so
is
like,
cool.
And it's a cool movie, you know. Rewatched Handmaiden, obviously amazing. Don't Worry, Darling is horrible, awful garbage. Watch that. M3 I wanted to go harder. Didn't love Way of Water. I saw Barbarian,
Can
which I guess I
you
didn't
tell
put
me
on
why
here.
you didn't like Way of Water?
I was just bored out of my mind.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
I
There's
wanted to
nothing
love
to-
it.
yeah, there's
I
nothing
wanted to, I
even-
wanted to, you know, I marvel
Yeah.
at the tech.
Yeah.
It's the most incredible CG
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Like, the fact that all that water is mostly CG is
Insane.
insanity.
Dude, all the like
The mocap, like, all of that is amazing. I just didn't get into
the characters.
the characters. Like,
Okay,
and honestly, like, I think a lot of it, Huber,
Yeah.
is that it felt like an ad for like being a military family or something. I don't know. There was this weird like American, hate to say it, kind of
Never
just
got
like
that ever.
no, because Jake Sully, dude, it's all
Yeah.
Jake's. Like the way he runs his family made me uncomfortable because it was so like the kids are calling him sir,
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, they're in war.
Right, but like that, and I think that's part of the point of it is like even Natiri, right? She's
Yeah.
like, your family is not
Yeah.
a unit; they're your
Totally.
family, and like I think that is the lesson he needs to learn.
Yeah.
I just wanted that to actually be explored instead
it.
of just like
Probably the next one.
probably the next one. Like that's my thing. I think this one could have been an hour and a half shorter. Like, and I would have loved it
Yeah.
or liked it more.
Yeah.
I definitely think that the next one is probably gonna be incredible.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
Yes.
this one is just like, the weird thing is though, like, the fact that it's 5, I guess, is maybe why it's like hard to quantify this, because it's like usually the middle one is the dark, really good, like Empire Strikes Back, right?
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah.
like the best one.
Yeah.
And like, it's because it's the middle. It doesn't have to set any shit up, and
Yeah.
it doesn't have to pay any shit off.
just
It can just
go
be
hard.
dark and
Last
hardcore.
Jedi.
Yeah, and like, which is, in my opinion, the best in the new trilogy. But like, the weird thing with this is, it's just an origin movie over again.
I like
because it's a
that.
different tribe.
I like that it was like a soft reboot. It was like a
But it's like-
reintroduction.
But it's like also, but it's like, why though? Like, and I get because
Dude, when
it
they
took
come
them
back for
12
Revenge,
years.
the very beginning, the stakes are so high. The stakes are higher in this movie than any Marvel movie ever made.
I don't think there were any stakes in this movie at all. It's just one annoying military guy trying to kill Jake Sully, and I'm like, go for it.
I get it. I get it.
I
I get it. I get it.
the whale was cool.
You either like characters or you don't, and there's like
I laughed when the
sometimes
whale
there's
got
no-
a subtitle. That was
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to just like why you like or dislike.
Yeah,
something. It just is
like
what it is.
I'm not like
Yeah.
honestly. I'm never trying
Yeah.
to be a hater.
No, of course.
Like people accuse me of
No.
being a hater all the time. It's
No.
like, yeah, I just bounce off stuff sometimes, and like with games, I just stop. You know,
Yeah.
but like.
You respect the tech.
I
at
don't.
least.
I don't hate Avatar. Yeah,
Yeah.
the tech, like technologically, Avatar is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. Like, the fact, all the CG, like I was watching a Corridor Crew video about like the CG in this movie, and it's just
Dude.
like next level shit.
Yeah.
It's wild.
What,
So
some
it's
of
like,
the
yeah,
shots.
it's an incredible
Some of the
movie.
shots are just like on the soundstage, like there's just like boards everywhere, and then
Yeah.
it like shows the movie,
Yeah,
and it's like
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That's how you did that.
Yeah, or it's like here's this guy's hand and a piece of leather strap.
love
Everything
that.
else is fake.
Yeah.
Even the water, and it's just like,
nuts.
huh?
Yeah.
Like the fluid simulations alone. I'm like, this movie and like James Cameron and like this team
Masters.
have jumped movie tech forward by
10 years again.
10
Yeah.
years, and
Yeah.
like that I cannot be understated.
Hell yeah.
Like this movie is an incredible achievement.
It's like Brad. He same thing.
It just the story just didn't grab
Yeah.
me personally, and like that's fine.
I think you're same as Brad. He loves the tech, but
Yeah.
he's like, the story's whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And I preferred the first one. Like I was surprised by the first one. I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah.
This one, I don't know.
Yeah. But you'll
like,
be there for the next one.
oh, obviously, I'm gonna go see every Avatar. Like,
Hell yeah.
they've got my money,
Fuck
so it's like,
yeah.
what's the difference? Yeah, exactly.
We'll play the game.
Yeah, yeah. Like, it's weird because it's like I didn't like the movie, but I'm an Avatar fan.
That
you
is,
know?
yeah.
Like, I'm a fan.
I totally get that.
I'm a fan. The movie I thought
totally
was
get that.
boring as hell, but I'm a fan.
Yeah.
I love Avatar.
You like
you know? So it's
the
just like-
idea of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a weird one because I'm
Fuck
just
yeah.
like all in. I'm on
Yeah.
board.
Hell yeah.
I just don't like them.
I'm surprised it made over $2 billion.
I was a little surprised too. The other one I saw, man, I feel like when did we like skip a month? Did we talk about Banshees on here? Banshees is incredible.
I think we did a little
Banshees
bit.
of Inisherin. I watched Barbarian finally,
Nice.
and it was a weird one because I really appreciated a lot of things about it. I loved that it was subverting a lot of things. I love the casting choices, like casting suspicious people in maybe roles
That's fun.
you can trust, and casting people you trust in roles maybe where you can't. And it's just like, mild spoilers. I found it very terrifying for the first third, and then zero terrifying at all once you know what the threat is.
Yeah.
And then like more realistically terrifying, like like a more of like in a true crime sense, where I'm
Yeah,
like, well,
yeah.
I really don't want that to happen to me as a lady,
Yeah.
but like,
That's a trend in horror that I like now is true crime. That's why I like Halloween Ends a little bit, and that whole new Halloween trilogy is because it's like true crime-esque. I like that.
wait, is it not supernatural? The new Halloween?
It is
Okay,
and isn't.
okay.
It is and isn't.
It is and it isn't.
It is and it isn't.
It is and
Yeah.
it isn't.
Yeah. They play with the legacy of Michael Myers and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The thing I've really been liking lately is Poker Face,
Yeah.
which is
Is it over? Did it all come out?
episode 7 I think
So
just
it's
came
weekly.
out. It's weekly.
Got it.
Thursdays, I believe.
Got it.
I think there are going to be 10, and I think 7 just came out. Maybe 6, maybe 7.
Cool.
The show is not what I expected it to be. And weirdly, exactly what I expected it to be. It's cool. I don't
Yeah.
really want to say much because going in not knowing the formatting or anything is kind of part of the fun.
Did he direct every episode?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just created it or whatever.
Got it.
I don't know. I think he directed maybe the first one.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention really
Cool.
to that. But yeah, Natasha Lyonne is great. It's a good show.
Dope.
Yes. All right.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm not
jump
really
in.
watching any shows right now.
I signed up to fucking Peacock for this damn thing.
Love Peacock.
Really?
Yeah, they're good.
Well,
they
'cause
get a
you've
lot of
got
movies,
wrestling and crap.
and they get a lot of
Well,
newer
Tar's
movies.
on there, so
yeah,
I want to see Tar.
all the new like Beast is on there. I wanted to see that. You know, I wasn't gonna go to see it in the
Yeah.
theater, but like, dude, I'll watch Beast.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh, I saw. That's the other one. I saw Infinity Pool. I feel like my letterbox isn't working because I definitely put a review on that. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Everyone always wants me to do that, but I'm too lazy.
Letterboxd?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe Journal? Is that what I'm supposed to? What's the thing that just shows you the list of the crap you saw?
Your brain.
Yeah, I can't remember that stuff.
Same.
Infinity Pool, yeah. Infinity Pool, I thought was. I was underwhelmed. I thought,
Damn.
like, I was really excited. I went in. I'm a big Cronenberg fan.
Of course.
And Cronenberg Jr. The
Yeah.
apple hasn't fallen too far from the tree.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Possessor was cool. I liked
Possessor.
Possessor.
Possessor was cool. This one, I just felt like it was even more style and less substance than Possessor. There were a lot of things happening that I was like, okay, but why? And like beyond just like rich people, haha. And it's just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't like that, Isla.
It needed some editing, maybe, but I didn't hate it. Like I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was just longer than it needed to be, and ponderous. Like I thought, I wanted there to be more to it, or maybe I completely just missed what it was really trying to talk about. But not that it has to talk about anything, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It has some really cool stuff in it, but
Sick.
yeah, I am very excited though for the Dead Ringers reboot
Yes.
series with
Yeah.
Rachel Weisz playing the
crazy.
gynecologist twins. Cause my God, that's like the dream. Rachel Weisz.
She's the best.
She's incredible.
Love Black Widow.
Yeah. So let's get into it. We've got a few comments here.
Let's do
We
it.
got 15 comments. Patreon ate one of them, looks like. So 14. Sorry to whoever that was. It won't load it. It ate it. Patreon, fix your damn website. If you'd like to support Easy Allies, go to patreon.com/Easy Allies. It's how we are primarily funded. Yeah. Thank you for that. This is comments from the Film Club tier here on our Patreon. I just said, hey, no real theme. What you've been watching? What have you liked or not liked? Any thoughts about the Oscar nominations? Ant-Man, Poker Face, whatever. And here we go. Cameron Standring, I polished off season 3 of Mythic Quest yesterday. Funny and heartwarming. Honestly, the biggest standout was just how thoroughly they nailed 10-year-old Poppy. Isla Rose Hall, shout out to another Isla, was bizarrely perfect. For Tyler Travis replies, for real, I looked up to see if it was her sister or daughter. Sounds like good casting. I actually just watched the first season of this, and I really liked it.
Nice.
It's a cool show.
Nice.
I really liked the one-off episode in the first season. It was really good. David Warren, been watching a lot of RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul was in But I'm a Cheerleader.
Sick.
Young RuPaul.
That rules.
2000, I think, is when that movie came out. Mayfair Witches and catching up on Ted Lasso. Wait, Mayfair Witches, is that the Interview with the Vampire adjacent one? Is it good?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I was waiting to get AMC Plus again. It's on there. Okay. So I'm off it right now. I always time my subscriptions.
Maybe I'll cancel Peacock when Poker Face is done and
AMC
get
Plus.
up onto AMC Plus and finally get through Interview with the Vampire.
Yes.
And Mayfair Witches.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I hope season 2 is like this year. It's probably next year or something.
David continues, finally watched Wakanda Forever, and it was better than I was expecting, actually. I'd say the biggest story for TV lately was that Netflix rolling out the crackdown on account sharing, such a disaster. I'm worried about mass cancellations affecting the budget of their shows, etc., etc. Yeah, who knows? They've been canceling stuff left and right.
Maniacs.
I watched 1899 and I enjoyed it well enough. Not as good as Dark, obviously, but then they canceled it, and I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah, thanks.
They canceled it like a week after we watched it.
So annoying.
It was just like, oh. Could have canceled it a week earlier and saved me the trouble.
Yeah, what the hell?
But I liked it. Dark is incredible. Watch Dark on Netflix. Oh, I watched Alice in Borderland. I just finished that.
Every time I see this now, because of you, I want to watch it. This wasn't even on my radar.
Dude. You'd like it. I think you would like it.
I want to watch this.
It's got 2 seasons.
Okay.
So far, it's Netflix.
It's going to go again?
So far, they haven't renewed it for season 3, but it has an ending.
Okay.
So, it's good.
Okay.
There's like a little bit of a hook for maybe more, but like it has where it is, it's like satisfactory.
Cool.
Good stuff. I liked it.
Cool.
Yes.
Vikings Valhalla was really good.
Sophia watches that.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Season 2, it was like, oh shit, it's really good.
Okay. You didn't like season 1, right?
It grew on me, and then season 2, kind of the same thing, where by the end of it, I'm just like, man, this is really good. I like these characters, good action, like good story.
Colt Smith says, I have been down a wormhole this year, catching up on things I missed and watching some weird ones that I recently learned about. To start off, I watched See How They Run. I want to watch that. That's got Sam Rockwell in it. Love Sam Rockwell. I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I really liked it. From the old noir style voiceover by Adrian Brody to the dynamic between Sam Rockwell and Saoirse Ronan. Yeah, like perfect cast.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. Oh, I really want to watch it. I also watched Death on the Nile, which I had missed. I watched that one and enjoyed that as well. It's not as good, to be sure, but there is something in the Branagh stuff that speaks to me. Yeah, I watched Death on the Nile. I thought it was cute. I've seen the original, I think, 100 years ago.
I only saw the original.
I love a cozy... What?
I only saw Murder on the Orient, the original.
OG Murder on the Orient Express is a banger.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
10 out of 10.
I like Poirot stuff too, like Agatha Christie. I love a cozy mystery, I'm into all that stuff. I watched a Polish horror film called Hellhole that really goes places in the last quarter. Signal 100 makes an attempt at being Battle Royale, but gets too goofy to really go anywhere. Attachment was the real standout, though. It is a Jewish mythology horror romance about a nice lesbian couple that just hits all the right notes. That sounds up my alley. It's not really scary, but damn, it knows what it is up to. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is about 1,000,000 times better than it has any right to be. I heard that. And
So was the first one.
yeah. Dude, Shrek is not
Guillermo
bad.
del Toro produced the first one. And
Yeah.
probably produced this one too.
You heard the thing about the Puss in Boots: The Last Wish being the Logan of the Shrek franchise?
Yeah.
When I heard that, I was like, say what now? M. Thregan was a fun little romp. I liked M. Thregan. I wanted to go harder, though, like I said. Hope the two of you are feeling good and feeling the love as always. Feeling pretty good. Thanks,
I watched
Cole.
something else
Oh, my God.
on my cruise ship. 20 minutes a night, every night until I finished it. It was fucking incredible. An oldie but a goodie. Broke Down Palace.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Was that Claire Danes?
Yes. And Kate
Okay,
Beckinsale.
yeah.
Dude, shit
I
holds
saw that
up.
back in the day.
Hell, it was a trip
Yeah.
down memory lane. It was a trip. My brother and I used to watch it when we were young.
Oh, man.
Hadn't seen it in like 20 years.
I don't remember. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I remember it's like,
Bill Pullman in there.
yeah, it was in like the Cider House Rules kind of like era.
Yeah.
What's
Hard
the elevator
90s.
pitch? Yeah, very 90s.
They get caught for drug smuggling
right
in Thailand and go to prison.
It's like Girl Interrupted. Yeah, they're in
Yeah.
Thailand.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, yep. It all came back
It's
to me.
a fun movie. It's so good.
Love that you low key just like watching Broke Down Palace
I would get
on a
back
cruise.
Yeah, I would get back
ship.
to my cabin and just like, watch something for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That was it.
That was like, I mean, I've told this story 100 times, but like when I was driving cross country from Minneapolis to LA, moving here, I just happened to hit Aliens in different hotels every night, exactly where I left off. Because I would watch it and then fall asleep, and then the next night I would get there right where I fell
That's
asleep.
so perfect.
It was like a mystical experience.
Yeah.
And it kept me sane because I was incredibly sad at that period in my life.
Thanks, Ripley.
Yeah, Ripley. Tyler Travis, I've been mostly watching mediocre crime dramas with my wife lately, but I finally watch New Tricks. Sophia's mom watched a lot of that when she was staying with us. It's a British old people crime drama.
And watch The Stranger on Netflix. That was a good one. Joel Edgerton. Kind of new. Based on a true story. Kind of fucked up. Check it out.
Ooh. Yeah, my true crime hits different now. I can't get into it as much. Just makes me feel too
Dirty.
just afraid.
Definitely. I feel that.
But I finally caught Banshees of Inisherin, which has slowly crept to the top of my 2022 list the more I think about it. Yeah, Banshees, yeah. It gets its hooks in. I had a similar experience where I watched it and I was like, okay, this is really good. And then like the more I think about it, I'm like, that movie was so good.
Hell
Like
yeah.
maybe one of my favorites of the year for sure. Some of my best, like Colin Farrell in that is one of my favorite performances of the year, bar none.
Yeah.
Very good. Quick question, says Tyler. It seems like we've been getting an overwhelming number of movies and shows with the intention to make us cry. The Whale, After Sun, The Last of Us, etc. Are we suddenly good with crying after 2 years of crying through COVID?
There's always stuff to cry about. It's just now
I
it's
see
like
what you're- I see what
mainstream.
you're saying, though. Yeah, like there's definitely... I need to see After Sun. I haven't seen that one yet. And I am not seeing The Whale. That looks... too, like, I know what it's about, and I'm
Yeah.
like, no, too close to home, don't need to deal with it.
We were talking about last time we cried. I forgot one. It really fucked me up.
What?
Worst person in the world.
Oh, that movie rules!
Fucked me up.
Oh, that
my
movie's so
God.
good.
Oh
It's
my
like one of the best
God.
movies.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, what was the thing? There was another thing that almost made me cry, and I don't remember what it was. Recently.
Dude, worst person in the world.
Worst Person in the World is phenomenal.
Treat
Watch-
that as a true movie. Yeah, shit's real life.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
so
Some
real.
of the, like, the performances in that are, like, truly incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't cry much during COVID. COVID was actually, like...
I loved like that period of just it was like horrible and also comforting because we were all in it together.
Yeah.
That like connection.
Well, and it gave me a cocoon, you know. So I was
Yeah.
like, it was like a very happy time for me to kind
Yeah.
of just like securely transition. So I had a very obviously that's not the majority
Yeah,
of people's
yeah.
experience. Although I did see a meme that was like, this girl was like, she's like gonna go hang out with the guys after COVID, and then it's like she's a girl, and then it's like three other girls, and then one of the girls is just like, you too, huh? Because it's like all four of them transitioned through COVID.
That's good. That's
And I'm
good.
like, oh, is
That's
that like
good.
a thing? Did a lot of people do that?
That's good.
Very funny. Mark Van Dyken? Dijken. Sorry about that. Don't know how to say it. First time writing
I'm
in.
gonna say Dyken.
Yeah, I would
Maybe.
say probably,
I hope.
but who knows?
Yes, I'm sorry.
The van makes me feel like maybe we're in like the Sweden, Switzerland region.
Yeah.
Dutch, maybe? Dutch. Probably Dutch. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Spoilers, I've seen
We
the
love
first
you.
season.
All right. Well, let me read it first. Mark says, first time writing in, always miss these posts. I just watched the final season of Happy Valley, which was very good. Binged through the whole thing again. 3 seasons of 6 eps each is honestly the perfect length. That does sound nice. Hard recommend for Huber. Gritty English police show, big on bonds. Catherine K. Wood is one of the all-time great characters.
Yeah, she's
So empathetic but with a menace underneath that shines through. The woman can look through the screen and peer straight into your soul. If you liked The Fall, you'll probably like this. I did like The Fall.
They should make a new season of that.
I only saw season 1 of The Fall. I need to keep going on it. It
Yeah.
was kind of depressing. I really
Yes.
liked it though.
She
also,
said maybe they would make more. She talked about
I
it
love
a
Julian.
couple years ago. Yeah.
Also want to shout out the Apple TV show Slow Horses. Gary Oldman as grubby spy master who wants to retire. Let me get through it. Who wants to retire, but instead is in charge of MI5 department where they send spies who fucked up, the so-called Slow Horses. Oh, that's why it's called that. They're all a bunch of fuck-ups, and they're his fuck-ups. Really good spycraft, big The Americans vibes, twists and turns, stakes, and fun characters. Gary Oldman is acting his ass off. I didn't even recognize him at first. Definitely recommend if you like dark comedies like Patriot or Fargo. You're speaking my language. It's renewed already, and they're filming 2 seasons at a time, so season 3 and 4 are on the way. Wow.
My dad is obsessed.
Really?
He loves it. He loves it. Keeps telling me to watch it. He loves it. And every time he tells me to watch something like that, it's always a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I do have a subscription to Apple because of Severance, so I should watch it.
Yeah, he really likes it.
On the movie front, I watched Tar and really enjoyed it. Kate Blanchett music, slow unraveling. What more could you want for a movie? Yeah, not much. Jacopo Amelli. Hey there. Not sure if you already mentioned it in the previous episode, but shout out to Barbarian for being freaking awesome. Yeah, I just talked about it. Possibly one of the greatest opening sequences in recent years. Yeah, the first third I loved. I liked the whole movie, but the first third is like incredible. I was talking about this with my therapist where it's like every choice is also every choice you didn't make. It's like every decision is choice murder because it's like I decided to do this.
Yeah.
In some cases, that means I didn't do this, or this,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like multiverse kind of stuff, thinking about all of that. And Barbarian is one of those movies where it's like the possibilities are, like myriad until it tells you what's going on. And so, like, I really enjoyed the tension and the suspense of not knowing what was
Yeah.
causing the creepiness.
It's like Babadook.
Yeah, well, I never saw that, but horror movies, I'm a
Yeah,
scaredy
yeah,
cat.
yeah,
It
yeah.
takes a lot for me to get in there, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then once you know, it's like, okay, you've collapsed the wave function. Now
Yes.
all possibilities have been murdered, but the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lowers
Anyway.
the stakes
yeah, yeah,
in a way.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can make them higher, but it lowered them for you, kind of.
yeah. Well, in this case, I was like, okay, well, that's not scary. So,
Got it.
and then I felt too much empathy for that thing.
Got it.
I don't want to. I don't know if I can say anymore without spoiling it. But like, we watched it with subtitles on, and they used the word creature, which I was like,
Creature.
is it though? Is that that's not? That's a victim. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I watched The Menu. Back to Jacopo's thing. I watched The Menu and didn't really enjoy it, but ironically, it was a great appetizer for Triangle of Sadness. Still on my list. People have told me that I would like that, which I can't stop thinking about. They both have similar themes, kind of. Yeah, I kind of eat the rich sort of a thing. But while the former ends up feeling weirdly toothless, the latter felt like a sniper shot coming from a gillied up director. Yeah, Menu, I liked The Menu, but it did feel kind of toothless.
Loved The Menu.
I'd love to hear your thoughts on Garland's Men if you've seen it. I haven't seen it yet. I have like 6 different interpretations of it, and none of them seem quite right. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. The trailer was really fascinating, and then the movie came out and got like middling reviews, so I kind of like prioritized other things. But I'm interested. You know that? You see that?
I was gonna see it, but I lost my movie partner, so that's why I see Waitlist movies now.
Yeah. Also, here is a game stolen by MinMax Trivia Tower. Guess the 3 Nicolas Cage movies by reading the top 3 YouTube comments for their trailers. I blanked out important words, of course. 1. Finally, a film where Nicolas Cage can show his true blank to the world. What movie do we think that is?
The vampire one. Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire's Kiss? That's a good guess. I would say... what does he get naked in or something? Impossible Weight of Genius or whatever. It could be that.
Massive Talent. Yeah.
Massive Talent. 2.
Adaptation.
They have the answers down there. What? 1 is adaptation?
I'm going to say 2 is adaptation.
Don't read ahead.
I'm sorry.
He better get nominated for an Academy Award. No one can play Nick Cage the way Nick Cage can play Nick Cage. Well, that would be the incredible weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or Mandy or Pig. I mean, he's always playing different versions of himself.
Yeah.
3, Nick Cage portraying himself is the most challenging but innovative role he has ever encountered as an actor. This movie looks like a winner. Are they all impossible weight of...
Yeah, they might be. Yeah.
Answer the unbearable weight of Massive Talent. Oh, okay, wait. They're all... These 3 Nicolas Cage movies... Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. Those were all for the same one.
Okay.
We get 3 for each movie. I misunderstood the game.
It.
Now it makes more sense. So maybe they're getting more and more specific, I think. So don't read ahead.
I'm not.
This is the next one. This film is really deep and atmospheric. Don't be fooled by the title. It really is one of the best Nicolas Cage work in years. I would say Pig.
Yeah.
Honestly, this movie is such a heartwarming, well-acted, and touching one. It's not only about a blank. It's about the loss of humanity in times of pure greed for profit. I would still say Pig.
Pig.
Stealing Nick Cage's blank is far more dangerous than killing John Wick's dog. Yeah, it's Pig. Okay. Yeah,
the John Wick comparisons were so fucking weird.
Well, the trailer, it made you think it was going to go that way. And then instead of bullets, he just uses incisive commentary.
Yeah, I guess.
I accidentally saw the answer to the next one, but I think I would have gotten it. And, well, let's see. 1, I failed a drug test after watching this movie, and I don't even do drugs. Yeah. When Nicolas Cage is the sanest person in a movie, you know it's going to be interesting. Yeah, for sure.
This one's Mandy.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting. It's everything I ever wanted to put in a movie. Ultraviolence, rage-filled vengeance, synth music, film grain, giallo-esque colors, all blended so perfectly together. Definitely Mandy, yeah. Thank you for those, Jacobo.
That was good.
Love and respect. Garrett Hallfish. The 2 shoes I'm loving but barely hear anyone talking about are Poker Face and... shows. That makes more sense. And Extraordinary. Rian Johnson brings a great cast and story together for Poker Face, and I love the unique turn on the Mystery of the Week formula. Extraordinary is a hilarious show on Hulu about a young 30-year-old finding herself in a world where everyone has powers except her. Oh, I saw a little, splash for that. This is the creator's first project. I'm blown away by the quality of the writing and acting. Yeah, I'm loving Poker Face. We talked about it a bit before. It's got a lot of heart. It's what you want from Rian Johnson. It's got kind of a Brothers Bloom kind of Brick sort of vibe.
Brothers Bloom, what a good one.
I love Brothers Bloom. I would say it's most similar to Brothers Bloom and Knives Out of all of his.
I haven't even seen the new Knives Out.
Oh, it's good. It's on Netflix. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. Some people weirdly hate it, and I'm just like, yo, cool it. It's just meant to be a fun little mystery movie. Take a chill pill.
Nothing quite like movie opinions.
Well, video game opinions come in a little hotter, I think. But Matt Rock Records. My partner and I have been rewatching Buffy. There you go. And I gotta say, for me, it holds up as one of my all-time faves.
Don't skip Angel.
I recently rewatched the Buffy movie. The original.
Christy Swanson.
I loved it, yeah. And a lot of puzzle pieces clicked into place. I was like, oh yeah, this was a coming of age movie for me. A lot of awakenings.
Oh yeah.
A lot of awakenings happening in that movie.
Kristen
for me.
Swanson, I had a crush on her.
Oh my lord.
In The Chase.
She
was in The Chase.
Yeah,
right?
dude, I loved that movie.
Yeah.
Woo! Anyway, the character development over the seasons, what are we talking about, Buffy, is so strong. And the Scooby Gang has got to be an all-time contender for Bonds. Am I right, Huber?
I agree.
The only thing that a little dated is the CG. It's infrequent.
Sure.
But there's a ton of some awesome practical monsters.
Yes.
And Xander's horny boy comments in the early seasons. Yeah.
He's a high school kid, but yeah.
It's the show I compare all Monster of the Week type shows to, which is why I might have never gotten hooked by The Mandalorian.
X-Files. X-Files and
X-Files,
Buffy.
yeah, X-Files is
Same, like,
god tier.
yeah. And I think Buffy is like, damn, is Buffy god tier? I think I'm comfortable saying Buffy is god tier, honestly.
Buffy has really high highs for me, and I didn't watch the
Yeah.
whole series. I had a girlfriend who like kind of gave me the best of, you know,
Yeah.
in the past. I like the musical episode quite a bit.
Yeah.
For me now, it's hard to separate it from like the Joss Whedon drama, but
Totally.
yeah. I think that was part of it for me. There was always just a little bit of something about Joss Whedon stuff. And I thought this before
Anything weird.
but there was always just something about like his particular brand of like girl power feminism that something about it rang slightly false for me. And I couldn't ever really articulate it. And then when the news came out that he was like kind of a weird, sketchy dude, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. But I mean, like, whatever. I loved Firefly and like, obviously the MCU movies are like pretty fine. His aren't my favorite, but they're not terrible, obviously. Anyway, but I love the Buffy musical episode. Straight up, love it.
I have a theory.
There were some other really good episodes that I liked. Again, I haven't seen it all, so I don't know. The Man Who Likes. I recently watched Citizen Kane for the first time.
First time, nice.
And it was pretty good. I don't have a lot else to say about it, but yeah, holds up.
It's no Casablanca.
Yeah, I do prefer Casablanca.
I was having a quick aside. I was having lunch in Cabo with my mom and dad on the vacation, and Casablanca is my dad's favorite movie. And this was unprompted for whatever reason. I just looked to my dad and I'm like, you know what? I think Casablanca might be the best movie ever made. I really do. I really do. It's not my number one favorite, but you can make a case.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I love that they were like writing the script on the fly as they were shooting parts of that movie.
Yeah. So good.
And it's like really just really good.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what a team.
So many lines. So many good lines.
Oh, bonkers.
Bitter Humphrey Bogart is just the best.
Yeah. Perfect ending too.
Yes.
But yeah, Citizen Kane is sick. Citizen Kane is one of those where it's like The Wire, where it's like so many things were inspired by it that like watching it doesn't feel new because everything you've seen came from it, basically. So yeah.
Can you imagine having a 1940s brain and watching?
Yeah, exactly. Like
Citizen
going to Citizen Kane, like raw dogging it, like back when it came out, would have I can see why it would have like digging holes to put the camera lower, shit like that, just like bonkers.
Yeah. IMAX
Insanity.
before it was invented.
Yeah, just like So yeah, fully embrace the Citizen Kane hype. The Man Who Likes continues. I also rewatched Summer Wars, Everything Everywhere, Treasure Planet, Zoolander, and Pan's Labyrinth, and they are all great. The only TV I've been watching is The Last of Us. Oh yeah, I've been really liking The Last of Us too. I forgot to mention that in the beginning part.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
I love The Last of Us show. I love it.
We got her.
I love it. Again, I'm not trying to be a hater ever.
You sound like waist-high walls.
I just don't like...
No waist-high walls early in the show.
There aren't. In fact, there were a couple, and they used them perfectly.
Yeah, they did.
It's a good show.
Oh,
I thought there was a little bit of Deus Ex Machina in episode 5.
Sure.
But so far, that's like my only critique. Also, the camera's a little too green grass sometimes. Calm it down. Episode 3... Episode 4, I think, or 2 or 4, the camera was like
green
grass and all over the place. And I'm just like, dude,
that
cool.
The very first clicker scene was total green
one
grass.
One of those, yeah. It was it must have been 1 or 2 because it was like just full on green grass, and I was just like, fucking, just put a steady cam, like stop shaking the camera so much. Obviously,
do you think anyone else
episode 3 was
uses?
Incredible.
Are we using
green
it
grass as a verb?
As a verb, right? Yeah. Does anyone else use it as a verb?
I wonder. It's the perfect term for that.
It is.
Green grass. I think we are the only ones who say I got parasited.
Yes.
Because like I say that to people that I fully have to
Yeah.
just like unpack what that
Yeah.
means.
They're like, what?
Because I'm like, Parasite's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the greatest movie. And everyone told me what. Whatever. Cotelito. Oh, yeah. Name change. Conrad from Sweden here. I changed my handle on Patreon to match the one I use on Discord since I've decided to hang out there more often. Thanks for
Nice.
hanging. This past month I've watched Nope, Barbarian, and Host. I quite enjoyed all three, but which Host? The good one? The squid monster one, probably?
That's the host. Host
Oh.
might be the
Host is like
the internet COVID one, right?
Quite enjoyed all three, but was pleasantly surprised by Host, since neither Nope nor Barbarian quite matched the hype surrounding them.
Yeah, this one. The internet COVID one.
Oh, I don't know anything
That
about
one was really freaking good. It's a 57-minute movie.
Oh.
It was excellent.
Okay. There are
Excellent.
so many movies called Host, because wasn't there
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like a
yeah.
Stephanie Meyer Host?
Yeah, I
Thing?
think so. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
a
yeah.
Twilight?
With Saoirse Ronan. Yeah.
On the TV show side, I'm surprised by how much I enjoy The Last of Us. Not that I thought it would be bad, but just that I hadn't, but that wouldn't add much for someone who's already played the game. Glad I was wrong, and I really appreciate Huber and Gabby doing the spoiler cast. It really helps me sort out my feelings on the show. Nice. Then I recently checked out the first episode of Rogue Heroes on HBO, and will keep watching. It was refreshing to see a World War II story told with the same type of bravado and glee that we would see from before Saving Private Ryan made gritty realism the default of the genre. I also love gritty realism, but the change of pace is nice. And Connor Swindell, who is always my favorites in Sex Education. I need to see that show. It's
Yeah.
incredible. Man, they're just hammering downstairs. Like, what
Gnarly.
the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
It is 7:41 p.m. I lost where I was, so I'll just skip to the next part. There's like one thing. Oh, and the swaggering action hero maniac David Sterling. Finally, I made a real dream of mine and bought a region-free Blu-ray player. Nice. Now I can finally get my hands on all that classic 80s and 90s anime that's so hard to come by in the European region. First up was 82's Space Adventure Cobra, the movie 4K, followed by Cobra, the Psycho Gun from 2008. Both hold up really well, even if I missed the yellow soundtrack from the 90s UK VHS release of the movie. I don't know what any of that was. I just ordered a bunch of classics from the States, so look forward to me gushing about old anime this year. Oh, I also got a sweet edition of Split Second and posted the cover on the Film Club in Discord to whet everyone's appetite. Love and respect from the born-again anime dweeb.
That's good.
Couple more here. We're gonna... Okay, yeah, 3 to go. One lengthy one. And we're okay on time. Okay. Jason Wojnar. Hi. What was your most intense / memorable theater experience? I was at a screening for a documentary called Freedom on Fire, Ukraine's Fight for Freedom, and the director and a recently released POW were guests. Wow. As they were speaking after the movie was done, 2 anti-Ukrainian protesters got up and started berating them and calling them Nazis. Whoa. The first protester was escorted out by a couple of people, but when the second person stood up, I jumped out of my seat and started screaming in his face at the top of my lungs, telling him to get the F out of there. Dude was obviously scared and left the theater with his head down. I wouldn't have actually gotten violent, by the way. Keep in mind, they were calling someone who just spent months being tortured, deprived of food, and subjected to God knows what else, a fascist. A couple of people in the theater thought I went too far, but all the actual Ukrainians in the theater, or that were there, approved of my actions, and that's what matters the most. I guess it was shutting up people who talk in theaters to a new extreme.
And that.
Jason, that is intense. Yeah. Also, just... I don't know. I admire your attitude in the face of all these really intense things you've had to be dealing with lately. Yeah, I was watching that. It's not really a trailer. It's like a delay announcement, but like really intense. The one the Sherlock devs put out about having to delay the game because they just like Russia keeps bombing their power plants and they don't have any power. Fuck. And I was just like, oh my god, this is so intense. It's horrifying. All that stuff. Like,
yeah, when I was on the vacation, I only got like 5 channels, so it was just BBC and it was just the earthquakes. Just like, fuck,
Yeah.
so sad.
Oh
dude.
my God. Yeah.
Horrible.
And the fucking train derailing and like just
Yeah.
it looked like a nuclear bomb had gone off.
Fucking insane.
Horrifying, dude. Just like, and the
Yeah.
news didn't even talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
really, it was just like what?
Like, oh, here's this tragedy.
Yeah, because
on to the next one.
interests, like
Yeah.
Norfolk, like don't want them to talk about it, so they don't. I'm just like, okay, great. What a mess life is. Humans just gotta chill, man.
One time we saw the Truman Show in the theater, and there was a screaming child running up and down the aisles. And oh, my mom's the sweetest person you'll ever meet. Never raises her voice.
I can't imagine her raising her voice.
Never a confrontation. Ever. Finally, she snaps. Hour into the movie. I mean, this kid was legit. It was like he was in a daycare. He was
Yeah.
just for an hour.
Yeah. I don't know how. Like, some people just must not have like a shame gene.
Yeah.
Because like I like from the Midwest or whatever, like my upbringing.
Yeah.
If my kid was doing that,
Same.
I would
Same.
shrink. I would try to disappear. I would
Doesn't
get them
it
out
suck
of there.
to be empathetic? Because
yeah.
like
are people just
Yeah.
trash? Like, what's the deal?
Like-
how can you be that
Yeah.
way?
in my apartment,
Like,
I
I
would
get
like
being tired and like being a parent is a huge job, but like, damn,
yeah, it's a public place.
you're ruining it for everyone.
for everyone. In my apartment, I would like walk on my like tippy toes because I want to like hurt
That's a
anyone.
bit much, but yeah.
But my mom finally snaps and she goes, "Shut that kid up!" Kid still going. 30 seconds later, my mom doubles down. Get him out of here! Finally, dude, they scoop up the kid. Out of there. That was it.
Wow. I mean, how long?
Best
did they,
part. 10 other people start to clap.
That's when you get the validation.
Yeah.
When you know you're not a freak. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
I got screamed at by a dude because I told this story on here, I feel like, but like I don't remember what movie it was, but we were trying to see a movie in like a tiny little theater on the east side, Echo Park or something, and there were 4 of us. There were 3 empty seats. This dude's girlfriend, this dude, and then an empty seat. And then I was
What am
like,
I going to do with an
An
empty
empty
seat?
kid,
That's
yeah.
how you said it.
I did.
Yeah.
So then I said, and it's like not as, this is why I only go to like Alamo, because like none of this foolishness, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no assigned seats. It's like
Yeah.
a fucking bus, or a Southwest Airlines. You can't handle it. Anyway, and I just said, oh hey, would you mind scooting down one so I could sit with my group? Because there's 4 of us,
Yeah.
And then he was just like, why is it my fucking problem? Why the fuck? You didn't get here in time. It was like 25 minutes before the movie's starting. He's like, get here fucking time if you want to fucking, why is it my fucking problem?
Insane.
Just crazy.
Insane.
Just went off like 0 to 30,000.
Jesus.
And I was like, I was polite.
Yeah.
I was
Insane humans.
I was like actually afraid.
I would be afraid. I can't handle that kind of confrontation.
no, I just kind of like freaked out. I was like, okay, man.
Yeah, all right.
And like the dude's girlfriend was just like,
Yeah.
And I was just like, I wanted to say like, girl, get out.
Yeah.
Like,
dude. I was sitting in a bar.
because that's what I thought of. I'm like, is he gonna like take this out on her later? Like this dude's a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Ugh, that was bad.
I was sitting in a bar and I'm sitting and there's 2 empty seats to each side of me. And I just like corner of my eye, I just see like 2 girls come in and like look like parents or whatever, and just like, after work or something.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's no seats over there. And I just like overhear it. I'm like, yeah, I can move down one.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
Yeah.
it's not
It's
hard.
not hard.
It's not hard.
Yeah. It's math
It took
and
3
decency.
seconds. Yeah.
It's spatial awareness.
Yeah, it took 3 seconds.
Yeah. But you know what? You're a good person.
God.
And that guy wasn't.
Yeah, fuck.
Or he was just having the worst day of his life.
Day of all time.
And went to see Spider-Man 2 or whatever the fuck it was. Like it was a Marvel movie, I think.
Yeah.
Because there was my friend Drew. All right, we gotta get these last 2 here.
Do it.
Paul
Speed
Rogers.
through this one because I know you got a thing to catch.
Yeah, I don't like
I
being
won't
under the
interrupt
gun,
you.
but my tire had a nail in it, a screw in it, so that kind of ate an hour of my day.
Yeah.
And then I gotta get to the movies tonight, so I can talk about it on this here program. Ant-Man. Paul Rogers. Hey, Isla and Huber. Hi. Longtime patron, first time reaction shotter. Welcome. After supporting the $5 tier for most of my time here, I finally upped my pledge to $7. Aside from the fact that it's such an incredible value, one thing pushed me to finally bite the bullet. Billy Jack, dude! Well, thank you for doing that. Oh my God, Billy Jack. Got a hold of a box set at the end of January. I've only had a chance to watch the first 2 films, and I'll save my full opinions until you've seen them, but I'll give you a few thoughts. Huber, you should definitely watch the first movie, though it isn't as good as the second film, and isn't necessary. I do think it strongly evokes the era in which it's made,
Context.
and I probably think more about this film day to day than the second. Okay. Also has one of my new favorite movie, or my new movie crushes, an awesome biker chick who sadly becomes somewhat more passive in the second half of the film. Last thing to say on Billy Jack was that that was unexpected was the amount of rape in the films.
Shit.
I know it's from the 70s, and this sort of thing is, as an inciting incident, pretty bog standard stuff, and you only really see full scenes of that in the second film. But these scenes are full of it. These movies are full of it. Yeah, that's like some peck
that's
and
good
paw
to know.
stuff. I
That's
didn't
good
know
to
that.
know.
Yeah, that's
It's
like peck and paw stuff where it's just like, okay, this is very intense.
Yeah, that and like animal death cruelty. Like you can spoil that for me anytime.
Yeah. I'd rather know going in. I think.
Feel
for
free.
Sure,
Feel
for
free.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm just kind of
Because the
reading through
Wojnars,
this.
the Wojnars have said that it's like
They're not. Yeah, they're dark.
exploitative.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I might pass over this one, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
some
very
definite,
intense, very
definite intense
intense.
stuff going on.
Okay.
More pleasant topics. Most of the stuff I've been watching is catching up on the Oscar nominations, my brief opinions on most of the Oscar picks I've seen. The Whale, Brendan Fraser deserves the Oscar. Terrible script, just not a good film at all. Insanely pretentious, but fantastic performance. That's what I've heard. Like, he's incredible and the movie sucks. Fableman's is self-indulgent, but if everyone earned the right to a bit of indulgence, Spielberg has extremely well made, and you expect solid performances, entertaining.
That's the last one I cried in.
Oh, you cried in that one?
Yes.
All Quiet on the Western Front, extremely well-made war movie. This one came out of nowhere for me. I hadn't even really heard about it, and then all of a sudden it's getting Oscar noms. Beautiful cinematography, great performances and score. Can't fault it. Definitely one of the best of the year, but hard not to think we've seen this film 1,000 times before.
Totally.
To Leslie, film is gripping all the way through, and Andrea Riseborough fully deserves her Oscar nomination. I think she delivers a note-perfect performance from beginning to end and should win the Oscar.
Yeah,
a
looks
shame
sick as fuck.
a genuinely great performance is being overshadowed by controversy. Tar, lots of compliment.
Oh my God, that controversy, yeah.
Yeah, where everyone's like, no one's heard of this movie. How is she getting? And no one's
Yeah.
seen it. Like, how'd she get a nom?
Yeah.
I have no idea. The Oscars are all bullshit anyways.
Yeah, it's
all just campaigning and
Yeah.
whatever. Tar, lots of complicated feelings on this. Too many to discuss here, but Cate Blanchett will win the Oscar, and any other year she would have deserved it. Sadly, she's competing against Andrea Riseborough, who should actually win it. I think that Michelle Yeoh's got a good shot at it, actually.
That's a tough category.
Yeah,
That's a stacked.
actor and actress this year is really, really hard.
That's
Because
stacked.
Banshees of Inisherin, like I think Colin Farrell would get it any other year, unless, like, if Brendan Fraser gets snubbed, it'll probably be for him.
Yeah.
But because Banshees, his performance is incredible. Banshees of Inisherin, great performances and script. Love Martin McDonagh. Even if Three Billboards is a complicated film to like, yeah. Mainly, it will suffer from not being In Bruges, but being second to In Bruges is still better than 99% of movies ever made. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once. My pick for movie of the year. Maybe not the best, but has everything for me: humor, tears, awesome fight scenes, depth, emotion, and a raccoon. All done on a super small budget and infinitely better than any multiverse story Marvel is ever going to make. Yeah, probably. Hope everyone who's nominated wins their category. Yeah, me too. I want everybody to win. Anyway, sorry for the long post. Love and respect, Wittering Paul.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for that.
Shit. Good shit.
And last, but certainly not least, Shauna Bowman. Lightyear. Went into it knowing everyone hated it. I loved it. I laughed. I cried. I dealt with my own mortality. Whoa. Honestly, a solid 8.5 for me. What's wrong with me? I haven't seen it.
It's all about expectations.
Like what you like.
Yep.
Also, yes, go into every movie with rock bottom expectations and you'll always have a good time.
Yeah. Ant-Man gets shit reviews. You lower your expectations, and then everyone
Yeah.
everyone on Twitter is like, "Oh, I kind of liked it."
Yeah, if I get there in
It's
time,
like-
I'm going to be thrilled about it. Thank you so much. This is a fun episode. Sorry to have to rush out here. But patreon.com/easyallies, all of that. We'll see you next month. Bye.